Hey guys, my name is Curtis Long, and for my position presentation on social media, on sports and media, I have decided to choose the controversial topic of sports and social media. I will reference Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. My position stance how social media has a sports culture in today's modern society. Let me go ahead and just dive in. Have a few notes that I'm going to start off with, and dive into my position stance, and then I'll go ahead and with my arguments after that. Today, sports events go hand in hand. We are witnessing an era where every team, league, or sports association has at least one social media profile where they will announce all important information, i.e., Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Moreover, it has become impossible to scroll down your Facebook feed, your Twitter feed, or your Instagram account during any major sport event and not have your news feed overwhelmed with information about the sporting event or players, short video highlight, or sports memes. Almost every sport event or sporting show, for instance, they have a related hashtag. We all know what hashtags are. Something that has been created by Twitter, and then obviously Facebook has come across, and obviously Instagram has definitely used hashtags as well. Which and hashtags create a relationship with the audience and brings a fast response. I know with like Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, you can click on a hashtag and it brings up all the feeds in one area, so that's good. Athletes use social media to establish their name, communicate with their fans, announce their activities. For instance, their social stances. A lot of athletes use social media for that. They use social media to promote the brands, and also obviously a lot of athletes have millions of followers. Okay, my first argument is going to start on how I feel that social media platforms has the impact on the relationship between the athlete, fans, different social issues, and how social media platforms benefit to the sport itself from an outside perspective. I feel that sport teams announce almost all their important information on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Our athletes, well, college athletes not so much, but professional athletes are well followed celebrities in their own right. And like I stated before, they use social media in different platforms to get their point across, to show their fans what kind of person they are. I feel like this can kind of be an alternative to a press conference after their game, where they can kind of talk about the wins or the losses, or so be it. And this right here gives fans a more complete viewing experience. It gives fans a different way to view the post game experience. A lot of fans, I know for me, I used to just turn on Sports Center after a game and watch all the highlights. But now I can just go to my phone and scroll down Bleacher Report, which is a social media app directly for sports, and just read all the articles right there. So I think social media is, or even Facebook or whatever, social media in general is becoming a one-stop shop for many sports fans. Just for them to actually have a different experience. Okay. Argument number two. Using social media as a high-profile athlete, organization, or corporation influences the relationships between sports journalists and athletes. And this is kind of, it goes hand in hand. I'm going to go ahead and dive into this part. If you look at football, NFL, college football, pro basketball, NCAA basketball, for instance, March Madness, or even baseball, social media is so much greater. These sports utilize social media a lot better. High profile athletes, as I stated before, in these sports are very, very well known in the media. They have their own pages, obviously. They have a lot of followers. Fans are able to interact with them on a different level. It's more of a closer knit when they interact with the fans. Now we look at journalists. I feel like journalists are able to follow their teams and the players that they are following or reporting on. They're on their Twitter feeds or Instagram files to get perspective than in the locker room or press conference. Although I still believe that the relationship between the two is failing, is not as good due to social media. I think that journalists are they're missing out on that normal journalism, as far as like the whole newspaper print, or sitting in the press conference after a game. I feel like journalists now have to be just like a fan. They have to follow their teams and breaking news on social media, because I feel like social media has come that far. But that's something I'll touch on in my third